I'm Greg Harford, the Chief Executive of Retail NZ, and welcome to How to Retail Recovery Edition. Now, running your own business is pretty tough at the best of times, but over the last couple of years, we've seen businesses cope with multiple lockdowns, customers that haven't been able to get out to the shops, staff who have been required to stay home by government order, and indeed some businesses have lost some of the services they offer during that time as well. How do you keep your team and your customers engaged through these situations? How do you use social media to maintain community connectedness? Well, let's have a chat to April Ashton, the owner of Helensville Paper Plus Select, and see how things have been going for her.
I'm April Ashton. I own the Helensville Paper Plus Select. I have been working there for 18 years, but owned it for 5. When my boss decided to retire, my family and I, we bought it. We moved mountains and bought the shop. I had my son after I purchased the shop, which was a big learning curve and a big change in our lives. But otherwise, we have a team of 6 people who are really committed to and loving working in our community.
April, tell me how your business has changed over the last 2 years.
We have a Kiwi bank inside of our business, and we used to offer banking services, open bank accounts and things like that, and a lot has changed with New Zealand Post and Kiwi Bank's relationship, so we don't do that anymore. We're kind of just transactional. That was huge for us and huge for our community, having the bank leave town. And then obviously the big change being COVID, operating with the doors shut or without people being able to come in. We were quite lucky. We were quite aggressive through social media and just got braver with social media. It wasn't a huge part of my business before COVID, and now it's kind of the thing that's carried us through.
Did you have any learnings from the first lockdown?
The very first lockdown, I started going live. So some of the other Paper Plus stores around the country were doing it, and they were like, do it. You're getting to customers. And it was really scary going live on social media. Sounds terrifying, and it was, but it was very effective. People were at home, they were bored, and there I was, right in front of them, showing them the things that were arriving, telling them what was happening in our store, just keeping our faces in front of people. The second lockdown, with this one just gone, we got a little bit braver still and have started trying to do reels on Instagram and just being more creative, like knowing that people want to see us still, getting that back and forth is really nice.
The last 2 years have been tough. How have you coped?
The first lockdown was awful. My husband was working, I was working, and we had a toddler, and we couldn't see family, so that one was quite taxing. But going to work was kind of the sanity bit, to be honest. We just rely on that routine so much, and when there's nothing kind of happening, it was quite hard. The second one, I had a much different approach to in my head, just that I needed to kind of spend the time with my family, not stress so much about the business, because we came out okay. After the first lockdown, it was, all this, the world's going to crash and it's going to be doom and gloom, and it didn't. We came back stronger. So this time I was like, okay, it's going to be okay. We can, I need to just focus on my family. I don't think that we've rested yet either. Like, I don't think that feeling of what's going to happen next has gone. Yeah, it's hard to imagine a time when we will be all like, it's done. Yeah.
What advice do you have for other retailers who are doing it tough at the moment? What's your advice for them?
Take the government help. It's there. If you need it, take it. But also be brave. Do something that's scary. Honestly, I can't stress enough how much social media has helped, and there's so much support. There's a lot of government funding you can get to hire social media companies to help you. It's not, it doesn't have to be scary. Reach out to your peers. I can't thank Paper Plus enough from a head office level. Their support has been amazing. I have 4 franchises in my business, and Paper Plus is leading the way in support by huge lengths. The advice that they give us, the updates that they give us, they're there if I need help. Even the other Paper Plus store owners are all very supportive. So getting support through your peers, through the government, and through any other people that are available to you.
As a business owner, do you have wellbeing strategies to support mental health?
We talk a lot. We have a group chat that's very active. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's I have all of my staff have very different needs. There's a big range of fear and whatever, COVID doesn't matter, so balancing all of those, keeping communicating is what we do. I think for me it's just making time for my family. So it's easy to get to always be in business mode, or to always be hustling to try and figure out how to get through, but just taking time, going to the beach, going for a walk, spending time with my family. That's where mental wellbeing comes from for me. Yeah.
April, you said that you had a lot of different personalities in your team. How do you accommodate everybody?
My team is small but mighty. We are all very different. So we have a large age group. They all have different needs. So some are more scared and some are less scared of what's happening in the world. So as a business owner, my biggest learning in all of my business has been people. Human management is really hard, and the hardest bit of owning a business. But my staff are very committed to their work and to our community, and we try to keep quite a high level of pride in our shop, and they do that without me even needing to enforce that. They have a high standard naturally, and that works out well for us. Yeah.
Thinking about your customers, or should I say fans and followers, tell me a little about how you engage with them and how you keep them up to date.
Not selling is my best way to sell, which sounds terrible, but me doing a stupid reel about dropping it like Beyonce is getting more clicks than me telling you that my cards are half price. It's quite amazing, but that is part of my learning. Yeah, just being stupid on the internet is getting more hits than I don't have a bone in my body that can fake it. It's just my face says what my face thinks, and people know that about me, and so I think they get the same April in person, in the supermarket, at a party, and at work. It's all the same. Yeah.
Looking back on your business over the last 2 years, is there anything you think you missed, or you should have moved earlier on, or you shouldn't have done at all?
Social media. Yeah, definitely social media. I should have moved faster, but it happened how it happened, and that is the organic part of it being organic, right? We got there when we had to get there. Would have been cooler if we'd already had the foundations first, obviously, but it all came when it came. I think we probably should have been a bit more strategic in the first lockdown. It was just so, there's a lot going on in your mind in that first lockdown. And so that's where the second one we were much more prepared. We were like, okay, we're locked down, even though she kept extending it. So we kept thinking we were going to come out. But we were definitely more onto it the second time around. I try not to dwell too much on what happened, you know, like we're going forward. This is what we've got. This is what we're doing. Our sales in books and toys have been through the roof, of any category in our store that's gone up. And so, you know, we've been trying to just build on that. You know, that's what people want at the moment. So, yeah, get it.
With the pandemic moving so fast and into different directions, how do you keep your customers and team up to date?
Today on social media I posted, you know, our staff have gone down to 2 today, so it's kind of through Facebook. We did plan a mail drop to let people know of our level 3 situation, because I still think you miss quite a big part of the community outside of social media. So we had planned a mail drop, which I'm glad didn't go ahead, because then she moved us to level 2, like the week that it was supposed to go. So yeah, we had kind of come to a point where it was like, if we're staying here in level 3, then we've got to reach people that we may be missing, because it's easy to think that everyone's there. But it's also hard to know what message you want to send, you know, that kind of mail media has a bit more of a tail. You know, I can tell someone something on social media today and then it can change tomorrow and I can inform them that day. But mail, you know, you get it printed, it takes a week to get to the person who's going to deliver it, who then delivers it the next week. So a lot could change in that time. With the staff, we have just, yeah, like I said, great group chat. And, you know, they all know me quite well and they ask questions. They make me think about things that I don't know, especially even this week, you know, it's like, what days am I working? It's like, well, as of today, you're working these days, but at any minute I could get a call to say, uh-oh. Yeah, so it can change quickly.
You've talked a lot about local community today. Tell us, how much does that support mean to you?
I want to be in the community, we are in the community, all of my staff. If you come to me with a request for support, we will do it. We'll do whatever we can to support anybody and everybody in our community. It's without our community, there's no point. You know, they're everything. Being a local business and getting the support from our locals is, yeah, I'm not looking to take over Auckland. I just want to make Helensville happy, you know, to be here for our community, and they have been there for us. It's been amazing, yeah.
As mentioned before, COVID's another concern. What are you guys doing to plan for the future?
In the planning way, we have set our 2 teams up. We've had a lot of conversations about vaccinations. We have our screens up. We are trying to buy strategically so that we're only buying things that potentially people will need when isolating, you know, keeping our socials active and engaging, because quite often, well, we know people won't be able to come into store, making sure the stock for the web store is available, so that when people are going online they can get what they need. Yeah, it's quite hard to plan for Omicron, like all the best laid plans and all that. It's the plan went out the window on day 1. You know, the 2 teams, we're operating, we're still open, that's huge. If we get too many cases, we will have to close. That's the plan. And it's the only plan we have, really, because you can't just hire people to run our shop. It's not that simple. We have a few extras we can call on, but the whole country's gonna kind of be isolating soon. So I don't know if the customers will be there.
If you were to do a big shout out, who would that be to?
My staff, number 1, they're amazing. My family, number 2, they're full of support. And then probably there's some big organisations around Helensville. All the schools have been huge support to us during the lockdowns, after the lockdowns, yeah, all of the schools. The maraes, Rewati and Haranui, they gave us so much support during the lockdowns. Many of the local businesses, the vets, Kindred Family Services, we did some amazing work with them through making wellness packs back when not that many people were isolating. I don't think it's manageable anymore, but those guys, the schools, the maraes, Kindred Family Services, and all the businesses that were operating and supported us, and just everyone in the community that supports us. There's so many. They all know who they are. They're coming and they're shopping with us. If it's 1 item, 2 items, it all counts. Yeah.
April, what are the plans for the future?
Trying to get my staff to do reels with me. They just won't do it. Just a more curated social media presence, one that I can, actually not just do in the middle of the night while I'm watching TV. Sitting down and planning my trends. Yeah.
April, thanks for sharing your knowledge and your insights and experiences with us. I guess the key outtakes there really are to be brave, especially with social media. Don't be afraid to put your business out there, seize the narrative and talk about the great things that you can offer, and try and keep community connectedness going, both with your teams and your customers. It's also good too, I guess, to be seeking help and support from others, and of course taking government assistance if you qualify for it. Now, if you are in a business and you're looking for advice, information and support, please do check out the websites below. There's a range of resources there that may be able to be of assistance to you. I'll see you next time for the next episode of How to Retail Recovery Edition.